Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another daily devotion. My name is Pastor Roy Carlin. I'm here at Woodlawn Christian Church in Lake City, Iowa. We do these devotions every weekday, Monday through Friday. This particular devotion I'm preparing for broadcast on the morning of May 23rd of 2022. And we are working our way through the Gospel of Matthew. We're in the 14th chapter, and today's devotion is over verses 22 to 33. This is the story of Jesus walking on the water. We just did on Friday Jesus feeding the 5,000, and that's where we're left off. That's where when it starts off in 22 immediately. This is immediately after feeding the 5,000. All right, so that's the storyline. So let's jump into this and we'll talk about it just a wee little bit more. Jesus walks on the water, chapter 14 of Matthew, verses 22 to 33. Immediately he made the disciples get into a boat and go on ahead to the other side, while he dismissed the crowds. And after he had dismissed the crowds, he went up the mountain by himself to pray. When evening came, he was there alone. But by this time the boat, battered by the waves, was far from the land, for the wind was against them. And early in the morning he came walking toward them on the sea. But when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were terrified, saying, "It's a ghost!" And they cried out in fear. But immediately Jesus spoke to them and said, "Take heart, it is I, do not be afraid." Peter answered him, "Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water." He said, "Come." So Peter got out of the boat, started walking on the water, and came toward Jesus. But when he noticed the strong wind, he became frightened and began to sink. He cried out, "Lord, save me." Jesus immediately reached out his hand and caught him, saying to him, "You of little faith, why did you doubt?" When they got into the boat, the wind ceased, and those in the boat worshiped him, saying, "Truly, you are the Son of God." Okay, so this is Matthew's story of walking on the water. Things we want to note here. First of all, the Sea of Galilee wouldn't have taken them that period of time to cross if the winds were favorable. It wouldn't take that long to cross it. So obviously, this must be quite a storm they're trying to sail into, or at least it came up, and they're making no progress. Perhaps they're even going backwards, as it may be. But Jesus has sent them ahead. He's gone up the hill to pray. As it says mountain here, but it's really more of a hill. And then he has walked out to them. He's coming to them, and it is a great metaphor for the turmoil of life. They are out there on that sea, in amongst this turmoil, and Jesus is coming to them, just as he can come to you and I in the middle of our turmoil of life. And we can be very, 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 very afraid, and perhaps even we can be afraid, mistake Jesus coming into our life for something else, perhaps even if that we want to take the metaphor that far. But where I want to take the metaphor from there, though, really is that when we are in relationship with God, there's going to be times, just like Peter asked to be called, but God will call us to do something. And we may want to step out in faith. But when we notice the strong winds, as Peter here, it says he's doing great until he notices those winds. He notices things coming against him. This is what's going to happen to you when you go out to do the work of God in the world. Satan's going to come against you. You'll find that in the church. In my sermon today, if you want to listen to it when I put it up later, addresses this in a little, in no small way. Satan is at work in the church. That's that strong wind blowing against you. When you're trying to do God's work, it's going to come against you, and it's going to try to scare you. It's going to try to stop you. And it's going to take, by doing that, or to do that, it takes your eye off the ball, as they might say. And what happens here is Peter stops focusing on Jesus, and he starts focusing on the wind and the waves. And that's when he starts to succumb to the wind and the waves. When he was fearless, following God, doing the work of God, following the command of God, as Jesus told him to come, he was doing fine. Now, I'm not saying that if you feel like God's speaking to you and you want to walk out on the water, good luck with that one. I'm thinking that's probably not going to happen. If it does, please make sure you have it on video. But probably won't even get, people won't believe even then. But At any rate, it's when we step out in faith that we can truly do God's work. When we start to doubt, when we start again focusing on the evil one coming against us, that's when we start to get in trouble. That's when we start to sink, just as Peter is beginning to sink. But just like Peter, when we feel, if we take our eye off the ball, we start to sink and we cry out to him, he'll grab our hand. He'll help us out. He'll pull us out. I've experienced that many times. Somewhat in the last few weeks, I have noticed that. And truly, then when we do that, we want to be like those in the boat when we fall down and worship him and say, truly, you are the Son of God. You are the Savior. All right. That's what I got for you today, folks. Have a blessed day. Hopefully, wherever you're at, it's not as chilly as it has been here. We have the strangest fall going on here, or not fall, spring, pardon me. Where am I at? The strangest spring going on in the Midwest. It has just been peculiar. So have a blessed day, and please, please, please be a blessing to someone today. And if you've enjoyed this devotion, please do like and subscribe down below. Make a nice kind comment if you would, or share this video. Look around at the playlist. We have other books that we've done devotions through. We've worked our way through a number of different books in Scripture. And if you have an idea of something you'd like to hear next that we haven't done already, or I haven't done already, make a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. All right? Have a blessed day. Please, please be a blessing to someone today. Tell them about Jesus. That'd be a great way to bless them. Take care.